welcome back to my channel. My name is Punzo, and if you're new here, welcome.
Perfect.
So today's video is just gonna be talking about the ambulance service, public ambulance service in South Africa. I don't know if there's, I don't know if there's another name for it. It's basically the ambulance service in my area, because that's the one I've actually experienced interacting with them more than once. So get this, let's go into the story. So last Friday, I was talking about the police, and I did say on that video, if you have not watched it, please do go watch that video. On that video, I was talking about the police, and I did say that I did call the ambulance at some point in between. So I'm just going to be telling you the stories of me calling the ambulance more than once. So you're looking for an ambulance, is the public one, and I don't know if there's any other number to directly talk to directly speak to a particular like a public ambulance service. So I called 112, and then the 112 people connected me with the Tando people, right? So this was the time where my little brother got sick and we needed the ambulance. At the time as I was calling, I didn't know that he had medical aid, because I would have just called the private ambulance and they would have been there in seconds. But I called the 112 number, and then we told them what was happening, and we told them that the person was sick, and it was a problem, and we needed their help. And then they questioned me, they asked all of those things, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I think what they told me was they have no ambulances. This was the first time I think I was calling these people, and then that's what they told me. They're like, we don't have ambulances and we cannot help you with that. And I was just like, literally that's what they told me. I'd even forgotten at that time that these people actually told me they have no ambulances around that area. Listen, this ambulance service, right, services so many people, and in this area, like, it's a huge portion of people that it services, right? And when I go past that place more than once, I see those ambulances sitting there, and I've seen them outside sitting somewhere waiting for an emergency. But anytime you call these people, and I'm not the only one that has this problem, because I had a friend who also said, listen, the moment you call these people, they tell you they don't have any cars. I don't know why you chose to go and work in a public place if you did not want to be serving the people. I don't know who those ambulances you're leaving them for exactly, but so when I called them that time, so we ended up getting a private ambulance, and because that time at least the person had a medical aid, which scares the hell out of me, because I don't actually have medical aid at the moment, and that means I had to rely on the ambulance service, the public ambulance service, to take care of me and go to a public hospital, which, hey God, I need to work hard enough to get insurance and be covered. I don't even want this. What do they call it? I think they call it that. What happens in Britain, the whole system of our insurance being a national insurance, and I was just like, you can't even maybe fix the problem with the already existing hospitals and their system before you want to put a national insurance type of thing, which, to tell you the truth, I don't see that working well for us, because if you would look at the hospital situations in South Africa, it's horrible. And now adding the paramedic situations where they don't even want to work. You know when you're watching like American movies, right, or stories, or like the series or whatever, right? And every time, like when there's a fire or there's an emergency where the ambulance is needed, like, and it's like the state ambulance or whatever, and these people come there and like they're there. I know that the whole situation in America is not the best when it comes to like how much they pay and all of that for medical care and all of that. But like their ambulance is there, like they're already there, they're taking care of people. But yeah, oh. Omo, you will die while you're waiting for them. This is not even funny. You will die waiting for these people. So the second time I called, I think it was the second time I called. That time they were actually responsive and they did say that they're going to pitch up, they're gonna show up for once. They actually, that time I was like, okay, this is different. And then now, the last time that we called them, right? So I called them. This was if you saw the SAPS video, it was, I said that my mom and my aunt went to the police station. So that I had called the ambulances first then. And when I called them, I asked them and I told them that there was a situation happening at home. We needed their help and it was urgent, and this is needed. So what they told me was, again, we do not have ambulances. They are in Pulukwane, transporting patients. So we do not have any ambulances available. And I was like, oh, okay. At first I just said, "Yeah, we don't have ambulances." I was like, okay, so what time? Like, okay, so what time then are you gonna have ambulances? They were like, no, no, no. They're not around this area. They're in Pulukwane. I was like, oh. I didn't ask, so I am having emergency. What am I supposed to do exactly? What am I supposed to do though? Like, what am I supposed to do with what you're telling me though? Because I still need your services. I think at that time I was like, there's nothing I can do, because the person goes like, okay, okay. So that one finished. Now, my mom called. If you saw the SAPS, which if you haven't, please do go watch it. If you have seen the SAPS video, then you would have seen that I said my mom called the Rapid Response Service. And when she called the Rapid Response Service, they asked her who she wanted to talk to, and she said she wanted to talk to the ambulances. And at that time, because that was not that far from when they told me that the ambulances were in Blue, right? So then my mom, when she spoke to those guys and then they connected her to the ambulances, suddenly they had ambulances, yeah. And they were willing to help at that time, at that particular point in time. They suddenly had ambulances, and I was just like, so it takes us having to call somebody that seems like has a bigger pull for you guys to feel like you should do your job. Your job is literally a matter of life and death, and you're treating it as if it is just me. I was just like, I was like, are you? It's like, I think my head is like, are you kidding me? And then, okay, fine. At least this time, we got to them and they said that we should come with the police officers. Like last time, the whole thing that they did to us is like, you call the ambulances, they say get the police. You call the police, they say get the ambulance. I don't know what that game is, but yeah. So basically, when it comes to the ambulances, that's basically what I've experienced with these people. And I was told by a friend that this is not something that's just unique to me. This is something that happens. I just thought I'd share my stories when it came to the ambulance service, the public ambulance service, and I would love to hear your own experience when it comes to the national ambulances, and I would love to know like how your experience is, because I know like when we use the private ones, they're much better. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, money is first, right? So your medical aid is paying, so they are way fast. Like they are there, like and I know they're expensive as hell as well. Like they charge you a lot, the private ones. So yeah, guys, that is it with the ambulance story. Would love to hear yours, good, bad, ugly, whichever one it is, with both the private and the public sector when it comes to the ambulance. Like, what was your experience with that? Is it actually expensive to be using the other one? Like, just tell me any of that, like, guys. So, guys, until next time. Um, Bye.